Everyone, welcome to Starting Out Solitary. I'm your host for today, Michelle, and this week's topic is Earth Day. Now, even though this is officially a sub-week, I had requested to do this particular topic because I resonate more with Earth Day than I do with the whole year and a day concept, which Monsoon subbed for me last week on Thursday. So I will be your host for today, kicking off Earth Day sub-week. Earth Day has always been a very important day to me. It is something I actually celebrate like a holiday, and something that I don't miss per se every year. I always do something and I get active, usually the week or so before Earth Day, and then of course afterwards. But I always make a conscious effort to make some kind of change every year as far as what can I do in my daily life to help the earth and help the environment. Because, we all do things that, unconsciously we don't really think about whether or not they're going to impact our environment and the earth, but they do. A lot of the stuff we do on a daily basis that we take for granted and we don't even think about affects our planet. There's a plethora of things that we can do to make little changes in our daily lives, and there's so many changes and there's so many things that we can do that I actually have a list I'm referring to over here. So if you see me looking, I'm just referring to notes. The first thing is wasting water. We all waste lots of water. Leaving the tap on when we brush our teeth, or taking long showers, or even having a leaky faucet or a toilet contributes to wasting water. We also waste a lot of electricity. A lot of people leave lights on or leave things plugged in when they don't need to be plugged in. We actually have our thermostat for our air conditioner programmed to turn higher during the day, so it's not as cold in the house while we're not there. We don't need it to be cool. And then of course it kicks on at a certain time, so it's cool when we come home from work and stuff like that. So that way, and that's saved me a lot of money on my electricity bill. We also unplug the bigger appliances, even though they might not be on or you might not be using them, they still draw electricity. And like things like your computer, your stove, your washer, your dryer, even having like your TV and your electronics all plugged in but not turned on, they still draw electricity and draw amps in, and you're paying for that and it's being wasted. So just unplug things real quick. Just, you can plug them all in when you get home or when you need to use them, but those are things that we don't really think about, and I only know about that because my husband's an electrician and he constantly tells me. Don't waste fuel. We waste a lot of fuel. For instance, underinflated tires can screw up your fuel economy, and thus you're burning more fuel because your tires are not inflated properly in your car. It says that underinflated tires can decrease fuel economy by up to 3% and lead to increased pollution and higher greenhouse gas emissions. Driving 60 miles per hour instead of 70 miles per hour on the highway can save you up to 4 miles per gallon. So if you're worried about, fuel, wasting your fuel and that sort of thing, that's something to consider the way you drive. And I know I'm very guilty of that. I'd rather go 80 instead of 70, but whatever. Recycle and compost when you can. Obviously, the paper products thing, try not to use paper plates, paper towels. We don't need to use all that stuff. We can take an extra minute or two and just wash our plates, or use a regular cloth towels and stuff, especially like disposable diapers. Those things are crowding our landfills and emitting noxious gases into our environment. Junk mail, packaging, even bills that you get in the mail, you can pay bills online, or reuse packaging, reuse junk mail. I use it for, doing crafts and stuff like that. Plastic products, we all know we shouldn't be using disposable, spoons, forks, whatever. Especially plastic bottles for water. I'm guilty with that too, but like, for instance, I'll get I'll get a bottle of water at the beginning of the week, and I will use this one and refill it constantly with our water cooler until, like, I know, like, if I accidentally leave this in the car, I can't use it anymore because the heat has heated the plastic, which chemicals leak into the water, whatever, so then I can't use it anymore. And last but certainly not least, and I did a whole video on my personal channel about this, is do not buy factory farmed meat. Factory farmed meat and dairy contributes to a shit ton of pollution, deforestation. It's terrible for our environment. If if it's possible at all, buy organic or locally grown grass-fed meats and organic, locally produced meats and dairy if you don't want to, eliminate meat from your diet. Same goes for fruits and vegetables, mass-produced or mass-gathered fruits and vegetables. All of that, anything having to do with a factory and mass production is bad for the environment. Again, when it comes to fruits and vegetables, if you can buy locally or organic, that's a better alternative. And those are just some things we can do to make to make changes in our lives that will help the environment and help take care of Mother Earth. From a pagan perspective, I actually treat Earth Day like a formal holiday. And I have a ritual that I do and that I've been preparing for. My intentions with my ritual are different every year. This year one of the biggest intentions for my ritual is for, more people to realize that we really need to get serious about taking care of Mother Earth and doing right by her and the environment, and just sending that intention out to open more people's eyes, that more and more people start to realize that we need to make changes now, or else we're going to kill our planet. And a lot of the stuff that's really harming the planet these days is all new things. It's all been happening in the last 50 years. Back in the day, for instance, we didn't have all these conveniences that we do nowadays when it comes even electronics, and not throwing electronics away properly can damage the environment. Back in the day we didn't have plastic, all these plastic products and all these convenient paper products we have now. And just think about like cleaning wipes, for instance, like Clorox wipes. Like, think about how much product it takes to make all those and produce all that, and they're in plastic containers and yada yada yada. We didn't have all that back then. We didn't, mass produce meat and dairy and things like that the way we do nowadays. So, our damage is, the stuff we've been doing to damage the earth is relatively new. So I think if if more people open their eyes and start to realize that, a lot of these convenient things that we have and do in our daily lives are really going to affect the environment, over time, then, maybe, we can make a difference if we all start doing little things and incorporating little things, or getting back to the old ways, instead of, all, using all this electricity for all these electronics we have, and, throwing foods away and throwing paper away and just wasting. And I know it's hard to remember to do all this stuff. I'm guilty of it too. But if we all make a conscious effort to make little changes in our lives to, better the environment and think about Mother Earth, then, she will be with us for many more millions of years. So anyways, that's just my take on Earth Day, my short take. I will link you below to the video I did on my personal channel about factory farming and the environment. It's, I list in there, I go into more detail about the facts and figures and, actual data and statistics when it comes to what that's doing to our environment and how it's impacting the earth. So anyways, I hope you guys have a great week and a happy Earth Day. Blessed be. Hey y'all, I forgot to mention this before I ended my last video. This coming Saturday, April 25th, is going to be Starting Out Solitary's first live event on Google Hangouts. So don't be sure to be connected with our Google Plus account so you don't miss the notifications of when that's going to happen. And if you can't watch live and you're not able to make it to the live event, a copy of it will be uploaded to the Starting Out Solitary channel so you can look at it later. But if you join us in the live event and are able to make it on Saturday, you'll be able to interact with us, ask us questions, comment on things in real time, and that way we can address you, you know, as your questions are asked, we can answer them live on Google Hangouts. So make sure you connect with our Google Plus. I'll put the link below, and it's also on our, you know, the banner on our YouTube page on the bottom right-hand corner. There's like a G+. Just connect with us there, and you will be notified of all of our future events. So thanks a lot, guys.